It started already?
We're starting now.
Open discussion, let's bring it straight to the table. This the EBL experience where we talk about the realest shit. Everybody feeling it, just go pick a topic. We got difference of opinion here, so it's always popping. Everybody gonna be listening, cause we never stopping. We put on for the black businesses, that's part of the experience. When we talking about whatever you
Whoops, my
need
bad.
to know. And if you rockin' with us, that's nowhere else you need to go. Ho, tell them Uncle E, tell them Lady B, tell them Dr. Tig. We be talking politics, and we be talking streets, spilling all type of tea. And every show we talk about black history. We talking sports, man, championship reigns. We talking athletes, whoever got game. What's your experience? Is it this or that? Let it be known we put on for all things black. This is EBL, this is what we do. We expose the lies so we can talk about the truth. What's your experience? Huh? Yeah, what's your experience? EBL.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the EBL experience. As always, we do appreciate y'all for listening and watching. To the left, you know I got my main boy, my main man, Dr. Tig.
What's up, y'all?
All right now. And to the right, we got my dog, Ace Bug, Lady B. Round of applause for Lady B.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Know, did they hit applause?
Ace book. Oh, I wasn't see. Chanel ain't here, so you can't.
Chanel
You know,
really testing my patience.
Yeah.
She overcooking my grits. It's fine though. We're gonna get that together after the show.
I told you it was my fault.
Team meeting.
I told you it was my fault.
Yeah, this is episode what?
9.
9. Season 3, episode 9. Woo! Some people don't last that fucking long. Some people don't last that long.
We be trying to be consistent.
You know?
Yeah.
We got a lot of things coming up, y'all. So be on the lookout. We are still doing the cruise. You know, be on the lookout for the new information. Also, we got a kickball game that we're going to get started. Hopefully pretty soon. As well as other treats that we got. You know, I can't say everything. You know, everything. Some shit got to be a secret. You know.
We got other treats.
Yeah, man. Shit, tricks are for kids. Treats is for adults.
All right, man.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Like Rice Krispie treats.
I feel
It's
you.
not for kids, that's for us.
I feel you.
Yeah. Tig is over here just texting.
I am not texting.
Who you texting?
I told you.
I
told you, stupid ass.
I'm working on broadcasting the live.
Oh,
That-
here, see.
Yes.
That dude.
So there's more to it. There's a lot to this shit. Pre-production, what y'all see. And it ain't over yet. I'm about to put my phone down though. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Well, let's get into this.
Oh, it's time already?
It's time.
All right, man.
That scared the shit out of me. I thought Chanel was here.
Oh, no, she not. She not. All right, man. It's time to get into the Black Spotlight, and my understanding is it's your time to shine.
It's my time to shine, man. The spotlight is on me, and I thrive in the spotlight. So let's go.
Okay, all right. Well, let's get it popping.
Let's pop it with it then. Now, do I let the whole song play?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to just let them hear that magnificent beat by what's his name?
T Black.
Not T Black, man. Y'all know
Terrell
what
Urquhart.
it is. You know? Like, I like when those cymbals come in. I like that shit. Yeah. But this Black Spotlight is gonna fuck y'all up. Alright, so this gonna bring it back to... Now, Martin Luther King is not my Black Spotlight because he's one of those people...
You already know about it.
Yeah, you already... Alright, duh. You feel what I'm saying? But it's a person that was one of his closest advisors for him starting off in the 50s and was one of the reasons why the FBI started being interested in Martin Luther King. So this guy named Stanley David Levinson, right? He's a Jewish lawyer. And he was a unsung hero in the civil rights movement that people really don't know about. So the FBI back in those days was more focused on communist type shit and stuff like that, and they consider him as a communist or whatever like that because he so-called had the activity. So basically, by him being close to Martin Luther King, of course, now it was said that JFK told Martin, the FBI is investigating him. You need to back away from him. And Martin agreed, but he lied. So when he lied, Edgar Hoover took it as some type of treason shit. So he like, oh, he a liar. What else he got to hide, basically, some shit. So that's when the wiretapping started happening. Because what really set it off was the stuff, the draw of the crowd Martin used to get, and that used to scare the hell out of him. You feel what I'm saying? So he was the reason why that FBI took interest in really investigating him because of Mr. Stanley. But Mr. Stanley's an unsung hero. He did a lot for the civil rights movement. And I promise you, I ain't know about dude. You feel what I'm saying? I learned about him watching the FBI versus MLK on Hulu. So that's what I learned from about the guy. But dope dude though.
So he was being investigated by the FBI.
Of being a communist. And you know that was one of the top things. It was that and don't have no Negro Messiah for the FBI. Mm-hmm. And that's why they heavily investigated because Martin Luther King, because of that simple thing. A black man with that type of
Malcolm X too.
Just like Malcolm X, I was about to say, with that much of pull, you feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like they don't.
And even back to the Black Panther Party, like I was talking about last time.
You feel what I'm saying? Shit like that. Shit like that scare him. That shit scared the FBI, the so-called G-men. Like that scared the fuck out of him. Like they're scared. Like they don't want that. They call it a Negro uprising. That's what they used to call it. But check it out though. It's on Hulu. It's called MLK versus the FBI or whatever like that. Check it out. You got a lot of interesting documentation that used to be sealed that's now open. So it's kind of dope. But that's what I learned about Mr. Stanley. So do your research.
All right.
That's it.
We appreciate you.
I don't think Tig like.
What? What's his name? Stanley?
Yeah.
Stanley what?
Levinson.
Stanley Nelson?
No, Levinson.
Levinson?
Yeah.
I like him.
He was cool.
Being labeled a communist in those times was like
easy.
It was easy, and it was like they definitely on your ass.
You're on your ass.
You can't be a communist in a communist country, and in those times in the United States government not being your ass. So imagine being labeled a communist in the United States, in the country within the borders of the United States.
Right.
Oh my God. Even if you're not one, that's something that you really don't want. You don't want that lit.
But they're on your ass.
Cause they on your ass.
Yeah.
FBI on your ass, boy. They don't fuck with them commies, bro. That's we still fighting that shit to this day. Taiwan and China being a communist country, and Taiwan really being more like democratized and stuff. I don't even know if that's the word, democratized.
just like Cuba.
Huh?
Just like Cuba.
Yeah, Cuba and shit like that. That shit, we still fighting that shit. I don't even know what a communist is, to be honest with you.
I know the definition of it, but I still be confused.
I know it's got something to do with like parties and beliefs and like certain shit.
Definitely certain beliefs. Yeah.
All right, man. So let's get into the 7-minute huddle. Time to talk about these sports, and first and foremost, before we even talk about the first topic, I just want to say that Mike Triplett did an interview with Jameis, where apparently Jameis was being extremely candid, and I would like to read this article, but it costs money. So if you have the article, screenshot it to me, because I'm not paying $9 to read it. Although it looked like it had some really good stuff in it, okay? Some stuff I wanted to hear about, But anyway, the topic today.
Need that article.
Yeah, I need that article. I need that. The topic today, do y'all think it's time to trade Michael Thomas? He hurt, out for the season again. And I've been hearing a lot of people say trade him. They don't want him no more.
That's what you call emotional based people. You don't trade him. You don't trade Mike. Mike is that player you wait for. And he is that. It just so happened his body is failing him at pivotal moments. You feel what I'm saying? So I mean, my thing is, I think you be patient, more patient. But see, the thing about fans, they don't understand football logic. They don't understand what goes on inside an organization. They just base emotional shit and they just say that shit. You feel
Why
what
you
I'm
laughing,
saying?
T?
What's wrong?
So you do?
What?
You mean to tell me you one of them fans that do?
I mean, I interviewed the coach.
Are you interviewed the coach?
I interviewed the coach on
My bad, bro.
the EBA podcast.
My bad. Hey, my bad.
To give you some
Okay.
insights.
Okay, my
I
bad.
mean, you know, I get,
You did do that. I
you
witnessed.
know,
I was there.
and I get insights
I
from
was
NFL
there.
players that I know.
Okay, all right. My bad.
But you got even me though. Me also. People will get pissed off and say this person got to get fired. This person got to get traded all the time. Like, be cool. You feel what I'm saying? Like, stay in your lane. Be cool. I know it's frustrating at points. I know you want to see Mike play and everything, but right at this time, the homie body just failing him. And I knew this was gonna happen. I knew he was gonna come back for this injury, and he was gonna get hurt again because he was gonna come back playing hard. And he was gonna be favoring that first injury, and something else was gonna get hurt. But you don't trade Mike at all.
I actually agree with you. I wanted to trade him after the first one because he was kind of doing other things. I wanted to trade him then to where it wasn't really, I guess, known that he was injury prone. It was less known. I wanted to trade him then. But fuck it, like the cat's out of the bag now. So I'm like, well, at this point, I'll wait on him. But I'm definitely about to pick. I'm definitely about to ride this kid, number 12. Olave. I'm about to ride him. He's looking like the future. So I agree with you to just hold on to him because he may be worth something when he's healthy. You know, either like within play or even a trade. But right now I don't want to trade him.
Yeah.
I just rather just keep him on the roster, and whenever he gets healthy, we'll see. You know, I'm more patient thanks to this kid, Olave.
That man named Olave.
You go.
I knew I was gonna fuck it up.
Olave.
That's why I said number
Number
12 at
Yes.
first.
Somebody else fucking up names.
And I was like, fuck it, let me try it out. Let me try it. Olave. My bad.
And then I said the name before you said
Yeah,
it.
so I'm good. I'm good with holding on to M. Thomas. You know.
You gonna trade him, Britt?
Nah, I'm not.
You think those fans acting emotional?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I could kind of understand.
Like, it's frustrating.
It's
being a fan.
frustrating.
Yeah, it
And,
is.
you know, so at this point, it's like, let's just get what we can for him because he's too injury prone. But something going on with them feet. You know what I'm saying? He got to.
So, and this thing too, this injury diagnosis definitely ain't his fault. First they labeled that shit as a turf toe, then it came back into revisiting like, we need surgery.
So you saying it may be the doctors at the Saints?
Well, it always gonna be the fucking doctor.
It could
with
be.
the
Because they
Saints.
messed up with Bro, right?
They definitely messed up with Bro. They messed up with Pelicans players. Also, they got the same doctors, and
I
they
mean,
messed up with two Pelicans
This
players.
is an
back in the day.
auctioner situation.
It
And
is.
auctioner ain't got
Oh
auctioner.
my god! And I'm with auctioner too.
They kind of trash.
But this is
I see doctors at auction too, but that's just because you ain't got that much of a choice,
Right.
you know. But, it's like,
But this is the thing, though. I mean, Mike. To me, Mike wants to be here, and Mike, when he came back to play, he came back with that same intensity that he had, that same swag that he had before the injury. So it wasn't no vibe to me like even he don't want to play. You feel what I'm saying? Because you know how people gonna think, oh, he don't want to be here. That's the first thing stupid Saints
I
fans
thought
say.
that when he waited to get that surgery till right before the season started.
Right. I mean, so,
I thought he didn't want to play. I'm like, ain't no way.
Yeah, but he is heavy on our books though.
Now, if you want to renegotiate, I can understand that part. But I mean, don't trade him.
Will he
Trade the coach. That's
Will
what the
he
fuck we
renegotiate?
Trade the coach.
Trade. Well, I heard they got a new coach named Coach Uncle E. But that nigga dope. But yeah, trade Dennis and keep Uncle E.
Yeah, I like Coach Uncle E on TikTok.
Yeah.
You the head coach of the.
No, Uncle E is.
That's
not
a
me.
You
sketch.
are Uncle E.
Am I? I
That's
am.
a sketch on TikTok that he about to start doing.
Fuck.
Episode 7 of Uncle E,
Stress-
coach of the New
stressed
Orleans.
already.
You stressed about your press conference?
Yeah.
Oh man, don't be stressed. Don't be stressed. It's like on one hand, like Mike, nigga is tired of Mike not playing, but I mean, I think we gotta be patient with the situation at this point. You know, I don't think we have much of a choice because if we tried to trade him right now, I don't know what we'll really get back for him. Like talking about.
Saints front office dropped the fucking ball. Us not having the first round is unacceptable, and I feel that we wasted that first round to get Trevor Penning. Trevor Penning better be some Willie Roaf motherfucker in this career for that shit to work for me, because that's
He might be coming back soon.
But this is the potential quarterback pick that we could have had, because you can't say be tanking. Fuck, you can't say that.
Right.
You can't say that. We don't got nothing.
Right.
So we basically, this is what pisses me off. We basically wasted a fucking pick for Trevor Penning, which is hurt. That's fine. Shit happens. But we traded that because we went all in on Jameis, right? To be the quarterback. So you swallowed that shit, knew you wasn't going to get a quarterback of your future this round, so we just going to trade this, go all in on Jameis for 2 years. He know the playbook or whatever like that. But you benching him?
Yeah, I didn't get the whole going in on Jameis. All in on Jameis. I liked him, but I think he didn't do enough to kind of deserve us not using a quarterback. I'm using the pick to pick a quarterback. You know,
But
he didn't deserve that much respect.
But that's why I had a problem with the Saints front office when it comes to quarterback. See, the thing is, Drew Brees spoiled the organization as a whole for so many years. They motherfuckers don't even know how to go find a quarterback.
I think we should just get another quarterback that's fucking tested. That's battle tested. I.e. Aaron Rodgers or somebody like that. That's battle tested. The Andy Dalton shit gotta go though.
Oh man, no, don't even get me started on Andy Dalton. We gotta move on anyway. Like that's a whole nother situation right there.
Wow.
All right, man. Let's talk a little bit about Kyrie Irving and the Nets. You know he reposted something that they claimed was anti-Semitic, and now he kind of paying for it in a way that I don't think I've ever seen. What y'all think about all of that that's going on?
Shit is fucking degrading.
It is degrading.
Like,
it is. That's a good word.
just release me.
That's a
First
good
off,
word.
what does that word means? What that word means?
What?
That whatever word they accuse him of.
Anti-Semitic?
Yeah, what that shit mean?
To be against the Semites of
Jews.
the Bible.
All right, so basically, the white Jewish people are getting mad because they are being told they not the original Jews, right?
I think that's
much.
maybe what that documentary that he
So-
reposted was about.
So this is my thing. So with Kyrie Irving just reposted it, right? Didn't say no hate shit to it, no message behind it, just posted it, right? From Amazon. So the owner of Amazon not taking no hit, even though he the one is on his shit, right? So all right, fuck that. All right, so Kyrie, okay, let's go to the basics. So Kyrie getting suspended for 5 games supposedly, got to pay
At least 5
$500,000,
games.
got to go to sensitivity class and all the other shit, and got to sit down with the owner. I'm a grown man. I'm not about to pay no $500,000 to no group because no, that's not how that goes.
Hold on. How much?
500,000. The team told him to pay out his pocket $500,000.
Tell you, motherfucker. Them motherfuckers out of fucking control.
And then it's
you sure you accurate with that number?
And then it's like some slave shit talking about, and afterwards you got to go sit down with the owner to talk about.
Ain't no way I'm putting that much up
like
and
that,
doing other stuff.
And then you got, but this is the thing.
I paid that to not do nothing else. I
I killed somebody money.
But look, now you got bitch ass NBA players that you got some standing with, bro. But you got some bitch ass NBA players.
Here he go.
Yeah, you know who it is. Fuck LeBron James, lying bitch ass. Oh yeah, you know what it is.
Yeah, LeBron was.
That nigga stand for.
He was. I agree.
Man, that nigga scary, man. And CJ McCullough, he's the president of that of that little basketball club shit.
Oh, you talking about the players union?
Yeah, the players union. CJ McCullough is the president. Jaylen Brown is the vice president, right? Mm-hmm. And Jaylen Brown, like CJ McCullough was like, yeah, Kyrie wrong, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But Jaylen Brown was like, nah, fuck that, man, bro. We gotta go. We gotta help, bro. Whatever, like that. But CJ McCullough,
because it's a fucking union. Why are you the president of the fucking players union?
That's stupid as
talking
fuck.
Like that.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I mean, that's obviously not the position for you. If you want to kind of have, be cautious of the other side and whatever they got to do, you should step down. But go ahead.
But that's all I got on it. I mean, it's like I told Britt, that shit is fucking degrading.
Let me read the requirements. I have them right here. So he had to apologize and condemn the film he promoted, then make a $500,000 donation to anti-hate causes, complete sensitivity training, complete anti-Semitism training, meet with the ADL and Jewish leaders, meet with team owner to demonstrate an understanding of the situation.
Oh yeah, they buck breaking.
Yeah, they wild.
They buck breaking him.
Yes.
And boy, that's the fucking that's what they doing.
Yeah, that's
they making an example out of him.
Yeah.
But see, man, this shit wild, bro. Like,
it's beyond wild to me.
Man,
and if I was Kyrie, honestly, I would retire.
I agree with you,
but this is the thing.
I agree.
Wait, but this ain't the thing. It's not the NBA. It's Brooklyn.
But he's in that contract.
Right. But look, man, fucking release me.
He in that. That's why I'm at with it.
That's what I'm saying. Fuck, release me, because it's not fair that Kyrie got to stop playing the game that he loves.
If it's the NBA, I'm gonna retire. But if it's the club, the ball club,
but Adam Silver was kind of for Kyrie Irving. You feel what I'm saying? And I think Adam Silver is a players commissioner type dude and everything. But Adam Silver, alien looking ass, did side with Kyrie Irving. But so it's not an NBA Kyrie Irving problem. It's a Brooklyn Nets.
Not initially he didn't.
Right, not initially, but now he knows that shit sounds fucking ridiculous.
I think everybody that spoke out against Kyrie initially is to blame for this list that got put on him. And if I'm Kyrie, you gonna let me go, or I'm gonna retire, and that's gonna be that.
But see, the thing is, it would never be the same. Like, you almost gotta release him, because it's like that relationship is, you can't repair that shit. That's not repairable. Yeah. Like, I don't even want to play for your fucking team, dude. Like fuck you. Release me, please. Like, that's the only, like, that's the thing about it. Like,
I wonder if he actually working through this list.
Man, come to the Pelicans. No, he ain't.
Yeah,
he did apologize, which surprised me.
I mean, but didn't he apologize? Then the list came, right?
No. So he spoke out about. He was like, I'm not gonna. I believe what I believe was basically what he said, and then, no, you're right. He did apologize, and then they put this whole list together. Which I don't know, because why put apologize on it when he already did it, if the list wasn't made yet. You know what I'm saying? So
do that shit again. I'm like, man, I would just retire.
I would too, probably.
Just go play.
Y'all trying to make a
ball. I would go
overseas.
play.
Oh yeah,
overseas, because
he'll get the money.
Because like the only a lot of people don't really understand like how this shit really work out. But the only people that really fuck with like Jewish people are like white Christians, or Western civilization. Everybody else kind of like don't really deal with them, on some shit, like Chinese people, and they don't really
Ooh.
like deal with them like Africans and stuff like that. They don't really like deal with
Right.
Jewish people. So it's I really don't have anything against them. Even though I do believe that black people were the first Jews, true Jews.
That's 100%
Right.
understood.
I really don't have nothing against them. They can have it.
They definitely can.
For real.
They definitely
Yeah, I
can.
can like,
You feel what I'm
really
saying? I ain't
have
about to
it.
fight you over that
If
shit,
that was
bro.
my answer, I like y'all can have it.
Yeah.
I ain't really on religion like
God
that.
bless you.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. So.
Hey.
All right, man. Let's move on. We about to get into the mind of Dr. Tig. Dr. Tig, what you got for us today, my brother?
Man. Oh, my bad. I forgot.
Dr. T. The Russian nigga. Dr. T.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Dr. T. Fuck yeah. Dr. T. Buck, motherfucker, Dr. T. What's up with Dr. T?
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome.
I want to talk about so the midterm elections just happened. So I want to talk about voting. Did y'all vote? You
I
voted?
did.
You voted? Brittany?
Absolutely.
You heard it, Ernest?
I did not.
I did not vote.
I'm
either.
not gonna lie. I
And
couldn't
that's
vote
like-
because I was at work. I was at work for
Bull-
16
So
hours.
would you have voted?
Bull-
I would have voted.
Shit. Bullshit.
I couldn't.
I
leave.
call bullshit.
I couldn't leave. I was at work for.
Ernest, you know they got a thing called early voting that
I
expands
don't
over
do
a
that.
week.
I don't do that shit.
My point is,
I'm a real nigga.
you have the opportunity.
So you saying before that? All right, yeah, but during that day, no.
Well, you fucking stupid.
Wow,
So
bro.
I think we should ask. Well, Brittany, I think you should ask him. Like, Ernest, did you have genuine interest in voting?
And on this round,
Yeah.
no, and I'm gonna tell you why. It don't fucking matter who's in that house. Nothing works anyway. Like
This is crazy to me, cause I didn't vote, Ernest didn't vote, and we're both male. So of course,
I can't believe
You
y'all, bro.
but I would have voted.
why you feel like
I
that?
would have voted.
You
I
would have voted.
I would have voted.
I wasn't voting.
Now I had intent to vote. I didn't know I was going to be at work for additional hours on that day.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? That's my bad.
My point, if you wanted to vote, then you would have did it. That's
No,
the point.
not-
That's all
I
I'm
didn't-
saying.
Not true.
And I honestly was
I
not
just-
willing.
I didn't expect that from
wanted,
y'all.
I wanted to vote.
I'm a little disappointed.
Oh, man.
Just a little bit.
Them two votes was gonna fucking bad
But
anyway.
Just a little bit.
But Brittany feels like everybody, pretty much everybody, especially black women, that's the same way a lot of black women felt after the election results towards black men. They felt disappointed and that we didn't show up. So there was this thing when this year Stacey Abrams
I was so surprised she lost.
she lost.
I wasn't.
Even by a bigger margin, a way more bigger margin than she lost last
first
year.
time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
She lost the election this year. So the thing is that black men didn't turn out, right? And I guess there's like statistics that says that's true. Like black men didn't really turn out. But the black men that did turn out actually voted for her. But they're saying it just wasn't enough of us. And
That's a damn shame.
that's the thing. And I think that's just another disconnect that we got in our whatever, in our family or whatever, or culture,
It's just like men don't like going to doctors.
just like beliefs. Our beliefs are different, because I think after Obama, black men have left the Democratic plantation, if you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean we're going to the Republican
I
plantation.
think you on to something though.
We're just not dealing with the Democratic plantation anymore.
Like we don't like them either.
And I think black women are still on that. They're
Because they're emotional.
no, I don't want to say because they're emotional.
I am.
I'm just thinking that we're not moving as one. And I think this split is probably why that lady didn't get into office. Because black men, we had to the point to where we're like, all right, we're not really interested You know, probably the last time we were interested was Obama because he was one of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, after that, it was just like, all right, we're really not interested anymore. So I just wanted to discuss kind of like what would it take for black men, I guess, to start either voting
You
again
gotta take another Obama.
or just voting again.
You gotta take another type of Obama nigga. But I do agree with you because I really was gonna vote if I had the chance to vote that day. Sorry I didn't do early. My bad. I could have, but I didn't. I never did that before.
But that's the thing. They want to know.
But I never did that before, so I always, vote on voting day.
Like this black man is pretty much impossible to motivate. But you, it's like you could have been motivated, but you wasn't motivated.
Well,
so why wasn't you motivated? What could they have done different to motivate you?
Homeboy running against what is his name? John Kerry, whatever. I don't know.
Oh, you talking about Herschel Walker?
No, not that nigga. I'm talking about.
You know Herschel Walker in the runoff?
Yeah.
That is fucking wild.
But
I don't know if y'all paid close attention to that race.
Yeah, I do.
But Herschel Walker shouldn't be. He's not a good candidate. He's not intelligent at all.
Neither was Trump.
But go ahead. What you were saying?
But what I'm saying is that basically, I feel what you're saying because I'm sick of the Democrat. Like
you sick of that party too.
I'm done with that shit.
I agree.
But that don't mean I like Republican either.
True. That's how I feel.
I've always been a person. It don't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. If I agree with what the fuck you what you're trying to do and doing, I'm gonna vote for you. I don't care what you are. You feel what I'm saying? You know.
That's how I vote.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So you vote independent. You pretty much like an independent.
Yeah.
No, I vote for who I agree with.
Right.
I'm not bound to the Democratic Party.
Okay, so you all right.
Even though I am a Democrat, I am.
That's how it
quote
started.
unquote.
Yeah.
That's how it started with me. And then I was Democrat. Then I was like independent, I guess you would say. And now I'm like, well, let me see what happened in this election if I don't vote. We don't vote. And that was just me feeling what I felt. But it was a pattern that, according to the numbers, like a lot of black men, all black people in general didn't vote. And you can say that Latino people, they vote against their interests way more than what they actually should have. Because a lot of that shit was like 50-50. I was like, what it should have been like. They should have voted. I felt like they should have voted kind of like black people, Democratic. That was more in their interest, but they didn't. They was like, that shit was like 50-50. Like they really vote against their interests.
Well, you know I'd like to encourage black men to vote. Please do. You know what I'm saying? Get informed. If you don't.
What would you do to motivate us?
Oh, what I'm doing right now.
That's it.
Hell yes.
Sweet
I shouldn't
talk,
have to.
baby.
I shouldn't have to
Great
force.
talking
You want to
smooth
know?
on the
You
mic.
want to know why I feel so strongly about voting?
Mm-hmm.
Because people bled and died about it, and I don't take that. I don't take.
Vote, Britt.
I ain't even asking. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about why I make sure I vote.
And I agree with that.
It's because people bled and died for me to do it. And I can't take that for granted. Right. So regardless of what I agree with, what I don't agree with, blah, 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 I get informed. I pick what's best. It ain't always going to be 100%. Nobody, no candidate going to ever be 100% what you want. But whatever nigga talking the best talk, as far as I'm concerned and what I need, that's what I'm going to vote for. And the same thing with the amendments. Mm-hmm. You don't get a chance to vote on the amendments because you don't vote.
That's what I really was concentrating on was the amendments. That's what you vote for.
Right.
That's the shit that really matters. The shit that hit close to home.
Right,
a lot of that shit be happening, especially now that I, got a house and all that, property taxes and all that type of stuff that be in the amendments.
Yeah, your shit going up.
I gotta say something about it.
Yeah,
I can't not.
Going up.
I can't. Well, I know, but
That's the sound of it when it go up.
Yeah, man. If for no other reason you don't go out and vote, think about the people, what they had to go through for you to have that right to do it. And maybe that'll be enough. Because it's enough for me.
I agree.
I don't know. I think
I know what is
I
going.
think what like what I want for us. That's what I'm gonna say. What I want for us is black women included is a stimulus package strictly for black people that black people could kind of indulge upon by ourselves. You know,
You talking about reparations?
exactly.
He called it a stimulus package.
Right. That's what they call them now. The stimmy. Get you the stimmy.
Oh man.
But I want Native Americans too. Like black.
Put them in there, huh?
If you want to include Native Americans in this package, then that's cool. But I don't want the turnkey Indian motherfuckers like those people like you really just came from white lineage, but you're claiming Native American. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about the people who live on the reservations.
Right, but they got white people that claim in Native American, and that's only for the benefits. Mm. You know, and they got Native Americans that stay on the reservations. Mostly, I don't really know. I've never been on the reservation, but I just know there's especially in Louisiana.
I think that. Well, I don't know about that.
Especially in Louisiana, you're like, I'll be like, man, you're a white male. You know, you just found benefits at one point in time. You know, to claim Native American. But you look white, and that's what I go by, your fucking looks. You know what I'm saying? Unless you can kind of prove lineage, then I would just have to go by your looks. Mm. Gotcha. And that's really what I want, you know. And the Democratic Party has been dragging us along. They really haven't been giving us what we need to get ahead. You know, they've just been kind of dragging us along for our votes.
You know what? I feel like if they could give out stimulus checks to damn near everybody in America, they could have gave black people reparations. Because you know right. we not a majority of this country.
And I want reparations, and I want y'all to get our foot off your necks. That's all I really want.
I'm gonna get a lot of money if that happens.
I have
get reparations a lot.
I get a lot because I know my people are some hard-working motherfuckers.
I had a reparations suggestion.
How many jobs I got?
I had one because it's like everybody who ever talked about it always say, well, we just can't give them checks. Like we can't do it like that. My idea for reparations is to not make black people pay taxes for a certain amount of time. 10 years, 20 years, however long.
400 years.
Black.
That's only right. Fuck. That's only right. Fuck that. That nigga right.
400 motherfucking years.
Tig, you ain't lied. You ain't lied.
You said that with a word too, like. Yeah,
but I'm just saying.
You said it quick.
We shouldn't have to pay taxes
for 400 years.
I take them reparations. Would you? No taxes on nothing.
Right, and I just think by black men being more not really relying on emotions, we're just tired of the Democratic Party sooner than black women. I think you guys will follow. I don't think the reverse is going to happen. I think you're going to eventually join us.
I'm still going to vote.
Well, you going to vote. But I think growing after the younger black women would.
I grew tired of the Democratic Party when they put Hillary Clinton in instead of Bernie Sanders.
Right, all that.
That's what they told their draws with me.
They were scared of fucking Bernie.
Oh, what?
Right.
Even the Democrats were scared of fucking Bernie.
That's why they did that. And that's how Trump ended up being president. Because trust me, if Bernie would have ran against Trump, Bernie would have won. He the one. Right.
But yeah, Hillary Clinton wasn't really the person.
No.
And just the whole thing with Joe Biden say, you ain't black if you don't vote for me. I kind of didn't like that. You know what I'm saying?
And I didn't vote for him either.
You didn't vote for him?
Fuck no.
I voted for
did.
him.
I voted
Reluctantly.
I voted for him.
Reluctantly, I did.
I voted for him and Obama. I voted for Obama. Of course, I'm gonna vote for Obama. That was.
Oh, you ain't voted for that?
Yeah, that was both times.
You hear me?
Like I'll vote for like a Michelle Obama, but how I feel it. Let's say if that vice president lady
Kamala.
If she ran, I probably wouldn't vote for her.
I wouldn't vote for Kamala.
But if you put Michelle in that bitch,
Kamala
same thing.
Kamala did run and and didn't get the votes. That's how she ended
Right.
up vice president.
Let me tell
Right.
you
When
something.
I found out she was one of Montel
Montel Jordan.
not
What?
Montel the dude that used to be have his talk show and shit
Montel
like
Jordan.
huh?
Montel Jordan.
That's
He's having a
Montel
talk show.
Williams.
Montel. When I heard,
Montel Williams, bro.
when I seen when she was one of Montel Williams' bitches, I was like, oh no. I was like
Montel
the
didn't even claim
Republicans
that
really
first.
found that video like Montel Williams he walked up at like a red carpet event and
Right.
he had like
I remember that.
a bunch of women with
I
him.
remember.
One of them women was Kamala Harris. I said, oh man.
Montel was the
Michelle
man.
Obama would never.
Too classy.
Fucking right.
Y'all
I
funny,
want
bro.
Michelle and
That's what it would
Oprah.
take for me.
Oh, what if
Michelle Obama
and, wait,
running for president.
What if
That's
Michelle
what-
and
that's-
Oprah run with each other?
Man, fuck Oprah.
Damn, nigga.
My bad. I can't stand Oprah.
Yikes. What the fuck, Oprah, did you?
This is rated G.
What did Oprah do to you?
So remember the last episode we talked about the monster
Yeah, we did.
and how the monster fucks?
Uh-huh.
Oprah's the
She part of the monster.
no, she can never.
Oh,
But she helped feed the monster.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
She's a monster's ally.
fucking right. She the one that feeds the monster thirst. Remember that school in Africa? I mean that African school she had?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Remember that scandal behind that?
I don't.
It was a sexual scandal.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. The monster was all up in that bitch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was Oprah's school. A sex scandal.
Oh, I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah, look that up.
I'm going to look that up.
Fuck Oprah.
Okay.
Move it on.
All right.
She could never run with Michelle. I hope the Obamas don't have nothing to do with that shit. Cause I heard what happened to Epstein's Island. That list coming out.
That list ain't coming out.
That
too.
list ain't never come out.
It ain't coming out.
COVID happened. Threat of nuclear war. World War III. All of this just to hide that list. But let's go on our next subject.
It's so funny,
I
though.
look like a thug cowboy.
But my bad, y'all. I ain't mean to scream in y'all ear again, dog. But I really don't
scared
fuck
me.
with
You
her.
scared
I
me,
really don't
man.
fuck with Oprah like that, dog. I really don't fuck with. Ever since I seen her relationship with that dude Epstein, bruh, I've been like, nah, man.
Yeah.
Then the stories about the school, that was a long time ago, but I never forgot that shit.
Right.
See, when I first heard it, I just thought it was just like mismanagement. She can't always be there. She got other shit to do. She ain't really watching. That's what I used to think it was. But when I found out she was so close to the dude Epstein, I was like, and you know,
One
I was
plus
like-
one equals two, huh?
Right,
Ted?
I was like, man, I can't fuck with Oprah, bro. What she did to Monique,
Oh, yeah, that was fucked up. That whole situation.
I'm
But-
done with Oprah.
Okay. All right. I feel
Tyler Perry pushing it. He fucking pushing
You
it.
over cooking your grits, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Tyler Perry has
Put
got
gravy
me.
on this biscuit.
He
you know
got
what
me
I'm
in a
saying?
chokehold right now, so I can't even talk about him.
saying? Yeah, I know you like his sister.
Yeah.
When you were telling me about it, I kind of was like interested.
And the other ones too. That's kind of connected to that. We'll talk about that.
All
later.
right.
Not today though, but later.
All right.
Let's get into the mayor of New Orleans
Yeah. This is what I was fucking waiting on.
in the
We should have had
scandal.
background music for this
Oh
motherfucker.
man, in the scandal surrounded around that
Many
situation.
scandals. Many scandals.
So Lee Zurich, who probably got a price on his head at
At
this point.
Yeah. Open season. That
You
nigga
know,
know how to fight.
he did the investigation because he wanted to know how much time she was
He
spending
did that shit too good.
in this apartment. So he asked for fill out whatever paperwork he had to fill out for the camera footage across the street from the apartment. Okay. and he watched 45 days. Now, in watching that 45 days of footage, he happened to stumble upon the fact that the mayor was having intermarital affairs. We didn't say that. I'm saying that. She was having intermarital affairs. So now they on her ass. They on his ass because he been stealing time. He probably gonna, I would imagine that he gonna face criminal charges for the amount of time that he stole.
The amount of money he made.
And $120,000. You know, a lot of it coming from overtime.
And every year that shit was going up. I was like, oh boy,
Yeah.
he getting raises every year.
He been smashing. I'm convinced.
So you convinced it's a sexual affair?
Oh, there's no question. You don't. You look.
You don't hit that without getting something back.
Look, I'm telling you like this. You don't walk into somebody's apartment dressed one way and walk out dressed another in a suit. Let me say that. He left out in a suit. You know what that means?
No, tell me.
Yeah.
He took a shower.
Okay.
And
No, you ain't wearing no suit.
first of all, you on your job. You taking a shower. That if you took a shower, yeah,
Well, shit.
you ain't got no business taking a shower in this apartment. And I know you did.
And they still can't get out of office, boy. White people bad. White people bad.
I was wondering how she was gonna explain her way out of it, and I mean, she talked around that thing like I ain't never
It's
seen.
obvious she's very intelligent
But
and
the
she's
best-
very conniving.
But the best
Very.
thing she could do is not say nothing.
She already said something.
Oh, she's stupid.
I thought
wouldn't
that
say a damn
She's
thing.
her balls are this big. She doesn't give a fuck.
She don't.
She really figured like I could talk my way out of this shit,
I can sweet talk about
and she has so far.
But
sweet talking.
this, man, I'm like, I don't know how she gonna talk her way out of this. I don't know how she. My thought for it was that her only option is to go out there and tell the truth about the affair, because his problem is that he was stealing time. You know what I'm saying? And they talking about, she wasn't working either while he was there. You know, she sent a couple emails. You know, they make no work phone calls. Basically, that she wasn't working either. But in her defense, what if she didn't have nothing on the docket?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have anything to do that's pressing at this moment, I know you the mayor, you probably should, one would think you always got something to do, but that might not be the case. You know what I'm saying? So if she ain't had nothing to do, then what you want her to do?
I heard she had an event to go to.
Well, there were a couple events she missed for the D. Okay? She missed a couple events for the D. She did. And I don't know what,
I think that
that was
alone-
the fuck up.
But I
right
don't think
there.
it was like mayor. Was it like a mayor?
Well, one of them was a meeting with, damn, I don't remember. One of them was like, she was supposed to do a speaking engagement.
Right.
And another one was a meeting that she was supposed to go to,
Right.
which I remember the meeting being something that she probably needed to be in.
Right. And she did, but she did make it to read books to them little kids at their school. I seen that shit. She I think she got a book out about her or written by her.
Mm-hmm.
Tell her the truth.
No, this is a book. I thought thinking like Madame Mayor. It's called like Madame Mayor or something like that.
Madam Navy.
Madame Mayor.
Yeah.
I think it's about her.
Mm-hmm.
She took time out to to stroke her ego to those little kids.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So to me, my bad. I'm gonna let you
Go ahead, T.
But to me, obviously, like she's the ultimate bullshitter.
She a
You know
nigga.
that person at your job that's just like is expert on some expert bullshit. They'll spend more energy trying to not work than actual work.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I think this is her. I think she fell in love with the city. She got her power. She's, just gonna really just like ride this shit out. I think she found out that there's probably no help in the city, and it's out of her.
What you mean by no help?
I think in order to change the city around, you need some type of stimulus package, something to stimulate the city. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
That could happen through.
you can't save the city.
Right. I think that's her attitude.
It's
You don't have enough money.
It's unsavable.
Your
This city.
streets.
Let me tell you something.
Like,
Years and years of
The only thing that's gonna save this city from what you probably
you will have to purge it.
what crime? Like, let's say crime.
Purge it.
Like,
Yeah.
there's
That's
no,
deep, don't you think?
No, bro, you talking about 20, 30, 40 years of crookedness in this damn city.
How you gonna purge it?
Right. I mean, you gotta, everybody, like, you gotta cleanse this shit. You gotta baptize this shit because the police department.
shit don't work.
Right, but the police department fucked up for years. So it don't matter who the chief is, it's just gonna be fucked up already. Cause ain't no way possible he can fix that shit within a span that he may have that job for 2 years. Cause he gonna get fired.
I mean, so one of the key factors of gentrification is crime. That kind of helps drive out or give people a justification to drive out a certain ethnic group.
Yeah.
Crime. So yeah, you got to, like, in order to like usher gentrification, you got to let crime do what it does. And right now, it's doing what it do. You know what I'm saying?
It's doing what it's do already.
A little too much,
Yeah,
right?
it's doing what it's do. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta live.
I really think she's gonna help usher in gentrification, and eventually, like, the city as we know it, you know, with the culture and everything like that's gonna kind of be watered down by, you know.
It's already watered down.
It's done.
And I think that's a
Man,
mission.
let me tell you
I don't think
something.
that's a mission, but I think like
It's-
she's enjoying the ride.
First, I could say this. They going hard on her.
She been going hard.
It is. I'm gonna say it like this: it's no different than what men do in politics. You feel what I'm saying? Jefferson Paris.
As far as what, her intermarital affairs?
All that shit. Think about it.
She married?
Think about it. It's the trip expenses. I promise you, all these motherfucking mayors, governors, down to fucking Trump, they ain't have a fucking problem with Donald Trump was doing all that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Using our tax money to go golfing and this
I
and that.
definitely had a problem with that.
Oh, you had a problem, but this is the thing though. The white folks didn't have a problem with that shit. You did. We all did. And I'm not trying to say Mayor Cantrell is right of doing these things, but it's just amazing to me how it's so spotlighted for her.
Scrutinized is the word.
But right, scrutinized, like, nigga, the Jefferson Paris old president was fucking little boys.
Oh, no.
Oh,
You,
yeah, I seen
you
that
feel
shit.
what I'm
That shit
saying? With fucking little
disgusting.
boys, and you had more uproar for some petty shit with Mayor than what the fuck he had for that dude. That's the crazy shit that bothers me. And I will always say, a motherfucker don't like a black woman in power that threatens them. Because one thing about a black woman, she can't be bought. A black man could be bought. You see it all the time with people going to jail that's a politician. But a black woman, she too proud for that shit. You'll never buy her. She gonna always do it her way. Always. And what the Orleans Parish Sheriff doing? She don't give a fuck. What the mayor doing? She not giving a fuck. And who look like they sweating? The chief of police. That nigga look like he's sweating every time on the press conference.
I just wish that they would have been smarter. That's all.
Yeah, like that
Just
shit.
be a little smarter.
I think that's her not like the level of I don't give
Give
a
a
fuck.
fuck. Yeah, that's next level. Because you in a taxpayer paid apartment, which I don't know what the apartment is even for. Like,
But
why are taxpayers paying for this apartment?
But-
I don't know that part. But you in a taxpayer paid apartment, you paid by the taxpayer, he paid by the taxpayers, and y'all
And y'all living in this
Y'all-
shit.
y'all doing too
Y'all
much.
just freebies, huh?
You know, you flying this man first class and everybody else in coach. You can't do that.
Right. The only thing is they got caught. Everybody.
Yeah, they got caught.
That's the only thing. They got caught. Yeah, like everybody done had. I mean, I didn't have sex at work before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I ain't. but I ain't.
Let's get into it.
You want to hear the story?
Fuck this subject. What happened?
I can't really disclose too much.
Nah, it's
What?
not.
Huh?
Do
but
your
I,
thing.
but I,
This nigga,
but I didn't got into it at work before. And
Details.
I can't give you details.
Nigga, you got to give me a skit or something.
I can't give a skit.
Yes, you can.
I
What
can't
you
give-
told her?
Huh?
What you told her?
What I told
How
her?
y'all started doing
How
what
did
y'all
it
did?
come about? I mean, I told her, I pretty much told her
that you won't fuck her.
Yeah, at work. You gotta specify that.
Mm-hmm.
You probably won't. She probably won't.
But y'all been talking for a little minute.
I assume this was a coworker.
Yeah.
But y'all been talking for a minute.
Yeah. Kind of, I guess, a minute.
Hey,
half
so
a minute.
was it in the bathroom, freezer, or what? Office?
Freezer? Ain't nobody about to be fucking in no freezer.
Man, bakery McDonald's.
It was at work.
Churches?
Huh?
He just saying it was at work.
It was at work.
Churches?
Huh?
It was churches?
No, it was just at work.
All right.
Oh yeah, I did work at churches, everybody.
Back on that shit.
It was next to the batter. It was
Back to that shit.
next to the batter, y'all.
That shit's still funny to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just at
But
work.
where was it?
Huh?
Where at the facility?
I can't tell you all that, my brother. You just know it was just at work.
But this was a one-time situation.
I did it like several times.
That's
several-
bullshit. You gotta tell us now.
Oh, you was fucking at work. You didn't.
That nigga was comfortable. That nigga was comfortable.
He said it like it was one
But it
time.
wasn't like long. It was like real short, you know.
It have to be. You at work.
Yeah.
You ain't got no choice.
Time for
It was
enjoyment.
at work, you know what I'm saying? So
Gotta be
Yeah.
a
So
quickie.
y'all was like, oh boy, I'm on soul food when they went in that bathroom real quick.
yeah.
But where you did it
Huh? You want to know all that?
Yeah,
I can't tell you
nigga.
all that, brother. I can't tell y'all all that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't drunk enough.
at?
But
Man, hold on.
I can't tell you all that.
Why you trying to get this man?
That's enough, man.
No, it's not.
I gotta see but yeah, that's all I can really tell y'all. Is it was at work,
Wait, drink that real quick.
and it was.
Was
It
it
was
on the
good.
West Bank or the East Bank?
Yeah, I can't tell you all that.
I'm trying to narrow this shit down.
Yeah, man. You might have to get that off air, fam. You might. You
Yeah,
know,
just get it off. I can't tell you all that.
yeah.
It's going in our
It's happening.
archive.
So basically,
It's
you
not,
ain't.
It's not at my current job.
Real.
So basically,
That's
you.
all I can tell y'all.
So basically, you saying you don't see nothing wrong with a little work time bump and grind.
Yeah, there is something wrong with it. That's why you try not to get caught.
Oh.
See, the duration of my sex was probably about 5 minutes, maybe shorter. You know what I'm saying? They was in there for hours.
They was.
That
hours
means you
and
probably
hours.
was role playing.
Nah, they was spending time.
Officer Pappy, come save me.
I see.
You,
I see.
oh, Mr. Pappy,
Reach out, evil doors.
stop, freeze.
Y'all funny.
Nigga, you should really say, watch out, evil doors.
Yeah, they had time for foreplay and everything. See, we ain't all that. We ain't have all that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
They
This
was
is
doing too much, was what you're saying.
man, they doing too much. We were,
I had sex
We
at
was
work
like-
before.
Damn.
shit like
Got
that.
straight to it. Huh? See, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, they do.
So what about your work sexcapade?
It was I was working at the underground station. I was the manager, and we had sex in the fitting closet thing. Would they try clothes on there?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was in the morning, early. Yeah.
It was fast, huh?
It was.
Y'all
memorable.
probably felt comfortable then.
It was. We was comfortable. And because, gate, we closed. It's like 7 in the morning. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, we ain't had time.
Oh, well, you ain't had no worries. That's
Yeah, ain't no worries. It wasn't suspense like this nigga.
Yeah, people was in that bitch.
Yeah.
You know
Like,
what
y'all
I'm
heard that?
saying? People was in that bitch.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
well, Mayor, you're caught red-handed. You might as well come out and just admit some shit and move on.
Do better. Just do better. Fuck.
Hey, look,
Like-
I ain't mad at you, girl.
I ain't mad. I ain't really mad at her either.
I
It's
ain't
just you got to
mad.
do that different.
Yeah, you gotta just not get caught.
You
know what
gotta
I'm
do that
saying?
different.
Like Lee Zurich, pretty much the camera is across the street.
Right.
I know you see
So
that.
that, right.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
Lee
Right.
Zurich gotta have fucking.
That shit could
Lee Zurich is the Michael Jordan of this shit.
they could possibly have cameras in that apartment.
Nigga.
That's what she's sleeping on.
Lee Zero gonna
That shit
come
be
next
in
week.
there.
I have bugs. Her singing, fuck them people. I could do what I want. But Lee Zero gonna have the information.
Yeah, Leah.
He the GOAT.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he alive.
I'm sure he got a price on it.
Oh man.
Cause that was wild. I'm like, come on, man. You making all women look bad getting caught like this. That's how I felt about that.
Yeah, and the man got the power too. Ain't nothing like plucking a woman with power, boy. I tell you that.
Oh, alright. You pluck. He said it like he plucked a few.
You telling on yourself.
You plucked somebody.
You told on yourself just now.
I mean, yeah, I like plucking women with power.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You told on yourself just now.
But yeah, I guess I did. I'll do it again.
Now I know who and where.
Right. Moving on. Moving on.
Watch y'all LB right.
Moving on, man. It's time to get into Lady BTV, man. I guess it ain't playing.
I'll sing
hear
it.
it.
The days
I don't hear
go
nothing.
by. It's been loving family.
Oh, I turned my volume on my phone down. That's why.
Wow.
I gotta sneeze. It's a lot to get into this segment right now. All right, I'm back. Here we
It's
go.
so damn delicious.
All right.
This day and age.
Y'all dancing today?
It grew.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
I can play it at a party.
Is it playing through the headphones on my phone? Oh, it's definitely playing through my phone. They might hear. Who knows?
We just looking stupid as hell.
I know. I don't know why it's not playing.
Oh,
Of
man.
course, technical difficulties per usual.
Chanel fault.
I don't even know if this one her fault now.
I blame you.
But
There you
oh, I hear now. Okay. Wow. All right. Today I'm talking about Atlanta.
The television show, right?
The television show.
My shit.
It's on its last season.
That's bullshit.
And I just watched, I've been watching it. Obviously, I've been keeping up with it or whatever. And this show is so unique in the episodes. It's like, and me and Ernest was talking about this pre-show, and he feel like there's a message in every single episode. And I can see that point. But at the same time, it's an episode about nothing. So I just never seen TV quite done like Atlanta. The episodes are literally about nothing, so I don't know why I keep watching. And maybe it's because I did feel like it was a deeper meaning,
It is.
But I just never really explored what that might have been until we talked about it today.
It'd be simple shit.
So you say.
Just pay attention. Pay more attention.
Maybe so.
You gotta really look inside of it.
Maybe so, because
It's deep.
like when we were talking about the farm episode,
You didn't get it. You didn't even get why he was on that phone.
well, I did get why he was on the farm.
Right.
I knew why he was on the farm because he wanted to get away from the city or whatever.
Yeah.
Wanted a simple
life.
life,
Simple life.
which I understood.
But a lot of times, simple life ain't
It wasn't so
easy.
simple,
Yeah.
and that's what I got from the episode.
and that's what it is.
That simple life wasn't so simple, but to me, it felt like nothing happened.
But look at the end. He broke his own foot, and when Ern called, he answered the phone regular.
Mm-hmm.
It was like
Like nothing had
I'm
happened.
built
Like-
for this shit now.
Like he ain't
Yeah, like he went through everything.
like he ain't get attacked by that fucking hog.
Oh, Boy, that hog.
Nigga was laughing about that hog. And I'm thinking to
Oh,
myself,
man.
this nigga really don't know.
Right.
You know, because if somebody said something to me about a wild hog, my mind already know what that looks like.
Right.
It was like he thought it was a piglet or something like
Right,
that.
like a
Like that's
regular
how he
pig.
took it.
Pigs big.
Pigs are
Pig,
big.
Pigs itself is big.
They are, but dangerous. I wouldn't give them.
But the shit he fought
Right. Well,
Yeah.
he fought a hog,
Right.
which is not the same thing.
at all.
And I don't think he realized that. And I really thought that was funny when that hog attacked his ass. Cause I was like, you was shitting on him. You know what I'm saying? And he showed you when he charged you.
He used the same pot to make that bacon too. That's how he skillet to
He
me.
threw the hog in the trash can.
Yeah. Yeah.
He threw it away. I'm like, boy, you could have ate that hog. You know how much good meat that
That
is?
nigga went through too much.
Wild hog.
He went through too much.
Man. If I'd have killed that hog, he was getting eaten.
You know how to like skinning and shit?
I'd have figured it out. YouTube is something.
You got the stomach.
Something. Oh, I ain't worried about that. Cleaning them out, you talking about?
Yeah.
Scrape that shit.
Cave woman.
I don't know about that. But I ain't about to let that
I mean,
deter
you
me.
from the south. You shouldn't. That shouldn't
Right.
bother you.
I ain't about to let that
From the
deter
south.
me.
That shouldn't bother you.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't saying I would enjoy it. But
But it's a deep meaning. In all them episodes. You just gotta, and my meaning and your meaning might not even be the same. It's whatever you get out
it's
of
left
it.
up to interpret.
Yeah, it's what you get out of it.
So with the latest episode, what were you saying that you thought? Because we
It's
talked about the
because-
hog episode, but
All right, the last episode basically when they were supporting, cause
they supported him because he was black.
He was black,
Mm-hmm.
and
Nigga
they-
really wanted some Popeyes.
right. So he's a black sushi. We gotta support our own, right?
Mm.
But they're looking at Popeyes purposely. Popeyes is perfectly
Right across the street.
right across the street, right? So the dude, it was comical, it was funny, but the dude was like, they was saying, a nigga do it, you don't fuck with it. But
Right.
let somebody else do it, you will pay thousands for it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's a message which is true. You got a lot of people who want what? They want discounts from friends with businesses. But they'll pay full price for them, motherfuckers they don't even know. Polo. Do you know Ralph Lauren, nigga? You paying full price.
So, what about the tank situation?
The who?
The what did he call it? Sensory tank.
Oh, the last episode.
Yeah.
Now, that right there was wild. But
No message in that.
it's gotta be, but with
You don't know what it is.
That nigga there be going on some trips. But I did get when he met old girl from in the pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
So he was talking to the chick and
Well, he wasn't in the tank yet at that point.
right.
Or
no,
so
I
we
think
think.
he was.
You're about to say, or so we think.
Right. So the pharmacy basically I got out of that is you never know when you'll find Mrs. Right. Because she was definitely interested, you feel what I'm saying? He was saying all the right shit and everything, man. He just walked away.
I feel like the whole episode he could have been in the tank and we would have never knew.
I think he was out the tank at the end.
It,
But you wouldn't know.
once he stole a Maserati. Yeah,
He said, get in my pink Maserati.
yeah, it's hard to know. But if you don't watch Atlanta,
Give it a try.
yeah, give it a try. It may or may not be for you. You know, that's what I'm gonna say about that show.
Gambino is a genius.
That's what I'm gonna say for you. It may or may not be for you. I don't know where it come on. Fox maybe?
FX.
Oh, FX, that's what it is. Come on. I watch it on Hulu, so I don't.
Me too.
So, yeah, that's all I got, man, for Lady BTV today. Shout out to Black Shoto.
Shout out to Chanel for not being here.
Next time, I'm gonna have to tell her in
Right.
advance.
And
So,
she got to cook.
oh, you going for?
Yeah, I am.
You pushing it, buddy.
Did I?
All right, man. Unfortunately, we got to get into something a little deep at the moment. You know, Offset passing away. I don't know if details ever really came out about what exactly happened. Besides, I heard about a dice game. I heard about, Quavo was instigating the situation and then it got out of hand. I heard it was somebody that was with them that shot him. Maybe it was an accident. It was never said that it was done on purpose, but it was so much surrounding that situation. And Offset just had his funeral, I think. Was it today or yesterday? Yesterday. They laid him to rest. So, I mean,
Cardi B had a pretty dress on, no black dress thing. It was cute.
I personally, I'm concerned about, I'm saying Offset is Takeoff. Y'all didn't even tell me.
My bad. I really don't know him.
It was Takeoff that died, not Offset.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't even tell me. Why you ain't tell me?
My bad. I probably didn't catch it.
Well, I'm sorry. That's because I wrote Offset. That's what happened.
Your fault.
That's why I said that. But anyway, Offset and Cardi was there. I don't know who I feel worse for. Quavo because he watched him die, or Offset because he died when they never rectified whatever they had, going on. And it's like, damn.
So, yeah. I feel bad for the person. I feel bad for both of them. They get the same energy. I feel bad for them. But it gotta hurt to not rectify your love for somebody if something like this happens.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always preach at the end of this show. Hug your people, love everybody.
What if it was Quavo's fault?
At the end of the day, sometimes it don't matter who fault it was, if that makes sense. You know who you mad at, and you know a lot of times they're not gonna budge. So sometimes it's that person too. That's why being a bigger person comes in that. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you gotta be the bigger person, and you reach out. You feel what I'm saying? It's too many scenarios with people falling out with this person that is supposed to love on some petty shit. Mm-hmm. And then something like this happen, suddenly. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I feel bad for him.
For Offset.
Yeah. But this is my point that I ended. This is the example of being too loud. You got money. Don't be in no fucking Thanks game, my dude. You got money. You got to know when to go to a club, to a party, or whatever, and you got to know when to fucking leave. It don't matter if you wasn't a target in the beginning. At some point, you can become a target, nigga. They know who you are. You got money. All right, yeah, it wasn't no robbery. Yeah, you got into it with somebody, whatever like that. But you got to select your surroundings. You got money. Leave that hood shit alone. And that's the problem with a lot of these fucking people. These rappers getting killed. They doing too fucking much. Is Jay-Z loud? Is P. Diddy loud? If they in the club turning up 5 in the morning playing this game, fuck no. They're not doing that. Is Drake doing that shit? Even Lil Wayne, is he doing that quick? Nah.
I mean, they passed all that though.
They all.
They had money. All of them have had money for a while at this point.
Right, but look at Drake, man. Drake could be that asshole, always out type nigga. He ain't loud though. He just not loud. Like when you got money and people know who you are, man, you gotta act a certain way. Like you gotta move different. And I'm not saying I'm not blaming this. I'm blaming the whole thing.
The whole situation.
Like he shouldn't have even been there. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Nigga, it's 3 a.m. You playing dice games? Come on, man. That shit is wild.
Yeah, you got a point. You definitely got a point. So they was definitely rich niggas playing a broke nigga game.
Right.
Broke nigga mentality game at that. But you can go to Vegas and be in crap table and shit like that. So
that's what people were saying. Like, why not just go in the casino if you was gonna do that?
Right. But see, the thing is that they were at an after party, and Amigos, when they go to Houston, they check in. So I don't know if y'all ever heard about the P&B Rock. We ever talked about that P&B Rock when he got when he got killed in at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle. I don't know if y'all heard about that rapper.
Yeah, I do talk about.
So there's this thing that goes on in hip hop or in black culture where they feel like, you know, you have to check in when you go to different cities. And some people say as they don't make white people check in, they don't make that white boy from Canada check in. They don't make all these white rappers, they don't really have to check in, but when you're a black person, black rapper, you gotta check in. So that means when you check in, you can go to another city and you call somebody and be like, hey man, I'm in your city. And after that, the meaning is kind of broad because there's been instances like when you go to Cali, you gotta check in with certain, gangsters or certain gang members and shit like that.
Yeah.
So it depends. Some people say it's just a way to do like friendly extortion. That's a big thing in hip hop. Or some dudes, when you check in, they just want you to come spend time in the hood. So let's say you're a big time rapper and you check in. They just want you to come spend time in the hood. That could mean many things. You come spend time at a basketball, or baseball, or football practice. Mm-hmm. You meet the kids, take pictures. Mm-hmm. You tell them something, stay out the streets,
right.
Don't do drugs, blase blah. Or it could be like on some extortion type shit where they want you to come in and you got to pay money. You got to pay some type of dues or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. Some people say that, Chris Brown or Soulja Boy may have bought their gang ties. Or shit like that. But whatever it is, they suggest you should check in. P&B Rock apparently didn't check in with no type of figure in LA. So that's why he got killed in Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle, because he was at the wrong one. He was at the hood one instead of being at the tourist one. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's two different Roscoe's. He's at the hood one. They ran up on him, asked for his chain. He didn't move fast enough or correctly, and they killed him. And then I don't even think they took the dude's chain or whatever. Now what made Offset Takeoff. Sorry. What made Takeoff situation different is that he actually checked in with Jay Prince. Mob Ties. Jay Prince Jr.'s son organization, I guess you were saying. Mm-hmm. You know how they treat organizations with the RICO Act. So that's what they actually was what is Mob Ties looking for from this situation. But anyway, Takeoff checks in with these people. They go to the 5th Ward of Houston. I don't know if y'all familiar with the 5th Ward.
Yeah, I am.
But it's the hood spot in Houston.
3rd Ward, 5th, yeah, all that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Takeoff and Quavo check in with these people. Offset checks in with the Mob Ties. Jay Prince Jr.'s organization, I guess, and Jay Prince, we all know Jay Prince, Rap A Lot Records, Ghetto Twins, Juvenile, UGK, I think UGK, and the Ghetto Boys and shit like that. That's Rap A Lot Records. Very successful man. I could tell you a lot about him, but that's his sons. So his sons are like we had discussed. We discussed Lil Boosie's son and we discussed T.I.'s son, and he was saying how, and you were saying how they not about that because they was raised up rich, and I was saying different. Remember that? But Jay Prince Jr., Mob Ties leader. So you got Jay Prince, Jazz, and another brother. All right, they're like the Mob Ties leaders, but they are the equivalent of T.I.'s son. They grew up rich. Jay Prince had already. Rap A Lot was already booming when these dudes was born and shit like that. They was just being birthed and shit like within Rap A Lot's height. So, Takeoff, they're more like the Migos. They're like more like Get It From The Mud and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So they check in with Mob Ties and this happened. Usually when this happened, it's a no-go. Like nobody's supposed to check in with you and you end up dead. What's the point of checking in? You know, as a rapper, why am I checking in with you if I'm gonna just end up dead? and that's the thing. Now people looking at mob ties in Houston funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way somebody should be checking in with you. Just like the second time, when somebody checked in with you, and they end up dead. The first time was Duke the jeweler. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if y'all heard it, but a jeweler was recently found dead, or he was killed at a dice game. That was
that a dice game?
That was a right.
These dice games
Right.
dangerous.
That was attached to mob ties. So you have Boosie and mob ties. Everybody, when the dude wore $1 million worth of jewelry to the
a
game,
dice game.
To a guy, because he's the jeweler. So $1 million jewelry to him is probably like 200, 300K. Mm-hmm. So, but he got it like that. But he won it and shit like that. And he walking out that bitch with, I think they say he won like $100,000 that night. But he ended up dead. They shot him at his car. So the rumor was, it was Boosie. But it's starting to come out that, yeah, that was a mob ties dice game. So Takeoff is the second person that got murdered at one of your dice games. Boosie was not at the second one. He was at the first one, so everybody thought it was Boosie. You know how Boosie rolled. But Boosie don't really roll. Like, I don't know. But anyway, so now everybody looking at mob ties and Prince Jr. different. And you got Jazz Prince and shit like that. They're looking at them funny. You know what I'm saying? So.
Because this happened under their watch.
Right. It happened under your watch. The dude, so there's a guy named Lil Cam. Lil Cam is a part of Mob Ties. Mob Ties, Lil Cam is the son of one of Jay Prince Sr.'s friends. So Jay Prince has a friend, an associate that he's cool with that has birthed a son called Lil Cam. Lil Cam is the alleged killer of Takeoff. That's the trigger man. You know what I'm saying? But they're saying it was a hit. Because ain't no way you get hit in the back of the head and it's not a hit or whatever. Right. So Lil Cam was recently murdered a couple days ago.
A lot of people dying, huh?
Right. I think Lil Cam died because they knew the RICO charges was coming. So they rather somebody go down for the murder of Lil Cam than Lil Cam get caught by the feds and snitch on the whole organization.
I mean, that makes sense.
They were just punishing him for being a trigger man. Right. Because of the petty argument. Dice game.
So do they know
basketball.
Do they know who killed Takeoff?
Apparently it was Lil Cam.
Apparently.
He's named the killer.
But he got killed though.
He just
said he was killed, right. Lil Cam is the son of Jay Prince Sr., the Rap-A-Lot's owner, the one that discovered UGK and the Ghetto Boys friend. You know what I'm saying? So it all kind of fits together. You know, you had a boxer that was you had a boxer there. I forgot his name. He was there. You know, Costa Migos had their crew, or the Neff and Few, or whatever, Uncle Neff, whatever they call them. They had their security there. But when you go to like a Rap-A-Lot event, apparently like they make everybody, they search everybody. So the only person that really had a gun in there was Mob Ties. Right. By design. So that's what I really think. I just think it was funny. I think it wasn't over like, it was over, people think Quavo initiated it. Quavo had actually, they were going back and forth. There's a dude in a white hoodie. Lil Cam was cool with the dude in the white hoodie. The dude in the white hoodie is instigating it. And Quavo was going back and forth with the dude. Quavo had walked off and was like, man, I walked off on some shit like, man, I ain't even fucking with these niggas. They made me hurt them and shit like that.
Yeah, I heard it.
So Quavo had walked off. He was just walking off trying to avoid what was the situation. Takeoff, they said Takeoff wasn't even like,
he was on the wall, kind of.
Yeah, they said Takeoff was there, but he kind of was like in his own world.
Right.
And you know how you just be like, when somebody try to get at somebody, you kind of put your hands up and like, whoa, like you're not, you're not about to do that. They said the dude, little Cam, just pulled out the, and he went crazy and shit like that from behind, though. And shit like that from behind. It's just like kind of sneaky, you know what I'm saying? They got like a lot of dudes that was there that was related to J. Prince Sr. and Jr.
What?
So I think it was a setup, pretty much.
That's what you're getting at. It was a setup.
Yeah, setup. I think it was like a setup.
For what though?
I don't think it was initially they wanted to set him up, but I think like
A setup to kill Takeoff?
right. I think like how you don't really get shot in the back of the head often. So I think at some point that night they was like, man, fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I give you this.
We ain't even do nothing.
Right. I give you this look.
That's the most quietest nigga on the group.
Right. I give you this look. You give me that look. You be like, and you go behind them, and like how the gunman end up behind me on accident.
Maybe, man. I don't know. I don't know enough about none of that to say whether I agree or disagree. But
It's just
this
sad.
is a sad situation.
Yeah, sad.
Period.
It's just sad.
Period.
I used the restroom.
We
I was
almost,
about to explode.
it's almost done.
Sorry, y'all. God damn.
I don't even know what we supposed to do.
I told that nigga use the bathroom before he started this show. But now though, it's just
That's
a
that
sad,
liquor.
it's just a sad situation, man. It's a situation that could have been prevented.
Yeah.
It
Let me see. I'm sorry to interrupt.
could-
Shout out to Eric for sending me the Jameis Winston interview.
He paid. That nigga got money.
He got a subscription, I guess.
That nigga got money.
He just sent
I
it to
knew
me
he-
not too long ago.
I knew he had money.
Shout out to my nigga.
Yeah, that boy sent that shit.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Cause I wasn't about to pay.
They would try to get me on Facebook too with that shit.
What?
Yes, you know what you talking about? They be on Facebook. You press the button, trying to read. They be.
Oh yeah, subscribe.
Yeah, no, I'm
Like,
good.
nah, dog, I ain't trying to do all that.
Just to read.
I know. Like,
At least they were gonna tell me. You gonna tell me? Shit.
yeah, I ain't trying to pay $9 because that was the only article I wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not about to pay it. I know I ain't gonna keep the subscription. I was looking for that free trial. Bad.
We ain't getting it.
Nah, it wasn't there.
Not gonna be there.
It wasn't there.
But man, it's just but it's just look, stay away. That's why I don't go everywhere too. I don't go everywhere. Just for situations like you can incidentally get shot and you don't know who want to shoot you
I know.
just because of some petty shit or like that. I don't go everywhere.
It's dangerous out here.
Man, it's like and it's becoming so dangerous to the point where, like I said, you don't want to go nowhere.
I already don't want to go nowhere, so you know.
And New Orleans ain't the city to be at nighttime friendly vibing.
I know.
That's what your females call it, huh?
I don't know. I don't call it that. I guess I don't.
Friendly vibing. And he's back.
Well, welcome back,
Sorry
my
about
bro.
that.
It must have was an emergency for you to get.
Yeah, it was. My fucking bladder was full like a motherfucker.
That boy said, I gotta get up.
I mean, it be like that sometimes. We at the end of the show, not to, we about to get into what's your experience right quick.
What is your experience?
Today's what's your experience is, what is your experience when you've been broke? The brokest.
Ooh. Who's going first?
It's not.
Can I go first?
Yeah, you go ahead.
This is in college. So we got to the point to where we was kind of like tapped out on asking our people for money because we asking for money, and we were just pretty much eating off the cafeteria. You know what I'm saying? Really ain't had no money for nothing. So my partner from Baton Rouge, he knew a dude that was playing for Missouri, in Missouri University, and he used to get, when you play D1, they give you all this shit like clothes and protein and supplements and shit like that. So he gave us some shit called he gave my partner something called Mega Mass. It's a protein shake and shit like that. So we was like we was broke, we ain't had no money, we was hungry, the calf was closed and shit like that. That's one thing at Southern, like when I was at school, the cafes was closed too early, you know, because everybody wasn't really eating that at 5 and 6 and shit, like when y'all closing that bitch down. People was hungry at
8, 9 o'clock.
8, 9 o'clock and shit like that, you know. So we was eating that Mega Mass. But that shit used to fill us up for about a couple of hours.
With a straight face, so we eat that Mega Mass.
That's how we was like, man, we was like starving. We was like, man, we ain't got nothing to eat. We ain't got no money. We can't go across the hump and get in that McDonald's. I was like, man, we got that protein shake.
Something better than nothing.
Yeah, we was like, that protein shake, man.
Oh man.
So we ate that protein shake. And that's how we was getting by until we got some more money.
I feel that. I think I was the brokest in college as well. And we lived off Taco Bell. Every day. It was like 89 cents back then. You know. Let me get 2 Fresco tacos. And like that's dinner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna make it work.
Right.
Then I got them food stamps, and I was straight after that. Once I started getting them food stamps, it was cause all you had to do was like get a work study job, you know.
Okay.
So I got me a work study job. That's automatic $200. You a student with a work study job, automatic $200. I'm like, man, and let me get that.
Girl buying grapes and shit.
Man, and then me and my 2 roommates, we all got food stamps. So we all got $600. So we was in Walmart like throw it in the basket on some shit.
Yeah.
It was some throw it in the basket shit. And then when we got to the register, we split it 3 ways. And then whatever you have left, which was about $100, shit, you do what you want with that.
That's dope.
Yeah, I mean we ate together and all that. But you know you couldn't tell us that. Nah, we eat separate.
Right.
Nah, we had all this. We had a snack cabinet.
Y'all
That
was a
bitch.
family.
We was a family. We was.
That's
We
sweet.
was.
That's cute.
But before them food stamps came,
It was a struggle.
and then when Popeyes used to drop that $5 box, ooh. They used to do a special in Lafayette where it was like a 2-piece in the side for like $2.99.
2-piece.
A 2-piece in the side for $2.99. That shit used to.
Clutch.
What? Then we was eating Popeyes every day. You know, whatever you had to do, man, to eat. Yeah, I ain't trying to go back. I'll take them food stamps though.
Yeah, I'll take it right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I ain't too proud of it.
Hell, man, I swipe the shit out that Louisiana Purchase card.
Whip it, swip.
I wish,
400. Bitch, please watch out.
I hope they would. Please give me food stamps.
Man, I think I've been shit. I got so many times. Shit, just last week I felt broke.
Where your brokest?
I think when I was the brokest when I was living in Saint Germain. So this when I had no job, no nothing. It's by the grace of God that I be making it back in them days. So one time, like I was hungry as fuck. I was so hungry. Looking through the cabinets, you know my pride. I ain't about to call my mama for shit. You heard me? You know my
Shit.
pride. You know,
I'll call Kim with the quickie.
hey, I'm just looking right and see a noodle cup. That's the first time I ever had instructions on how to cook shit. I'm gonna do this right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm trying to mess this up. 3 minutes, boiling water, open lid, 3 minutes close. Back.
Nigga said I couldn't fuck it
Yeah,
up.
look, after that, I put some garlic powder on that motherfucker.
Did
Jazz that bitch
it up a little
Man, let me tell y'all something. And as I'm eating, you know, I'm tearing it down. Like I'm eating, I'm like, damn, this really what it become? This what become in my life? Fucking noodle cups? Eating it by myself. So lonely.
Noodles saved a lot of lives on a lot of days.
Man, that noodle cup came in fucking clutch as fuck.
The noodle packs used to be 10 cents. The ramen noodle packs.
Man, ain't that no more.
Oh, I know it's not.
Yeah, ain't that no more. See, I'm bougie too with the noodles. So you knew I had to be hungry to eat that noodle cup because I'm bougie with noodles. It's yellow pepper, nothing with me.
I feel the same.
So it's like, for me to eat that shit, yeah, I was hungry. So that's it.
That's it.
What's wrong with you?
I'm alright.
What?
He said he alright.
I'm alright.
Alright, man. That was a quick wish your experience. We got through that one.
Yeah.
You know? So, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the show today. You know what I mean? And I guess Ernest, Uncle E, you know, you want to go ahead and take us out of here, brother?
Yeah, I got a quote for y'all.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, Tig. See, I ain't even in my phone, so you can't see what the fuck I got. It's all up here, Tig.
He ain't even looking at you.
Look, it's all up here today. Alright?
I'm glad to see that.
So, you gonna laugh. So, listen. It's really ain't even from me anyway. It's from a gospel song.
It's never from you.
I know, it's from a gospel song. It basically says, Lord, don't remove the mountain. Give me strength to climb it. Alright? Take that how you want. But I'm going to take it like this. Stop being a bitch. Pull your pants up. And do what you got to do, basically. Pray for strength. Don't always ask for the easy goal, the easy thing, because sometimes he's preparing you for something that's coming. And it could be right around the corner, but you taking other steps to prevent your blessing. I'm telling you now. Just ask the Lord for strength, pass through. You just never know when that breakthrough coming. You will never know when it's your season until it happens. That's all I gotta say.
I'll be fine with him moving the mountain.
No, don't move. I need strength.
I can get strength another way.
There you go.
Push-ups.
This is some push-ups can't save you from.
Excuse
But
me.
nevertheless, Lord, at that word, I will obey.
All right, man.
That's another song.
That's it?
That's it. Love everybody, of course.
All right, man. We Audi 3000. Peace, love, and